Jenna. Oh, am I in here? Jenna standing right here in the Mickey Mouse shirt.
And turning to Jenna.
I'm gonna grab you with that Comrade sign here.
Can you get it from there?
Oh, a second, not great. Here you go. I'm gonna do a Russian salute. Russian salute.
Definitely not going to do that.
When they told me that I think he was taking care of his baby, and they were up really late at night, and they were watching crazy YouTube stuff, and they just like sort of found these like old cop shows that are all real. They're all like real cop shows. We tried to get one to just dub over it, and they wouldn't let us have it. So we just went and made our own. I know. I mean, as an American, I know it's so like American to say, be like, what do you mean they were making TV shows over behind the Iron Curtain? Like they weren't just watching our stuff. Like it's such an arrogant American thing to think. I mean, but every single TV show, movie from back in the '80s, like who was the bad guy? A Russian. Like, and so, who obviously must be the bad guys in all the TV shows and movies behind the Iron Curtain were the Americans. And it was such a shocking, I was like, oh my God, yeah, of course it was. And so we just decided to go and kind of play. A24 and the guys had already sort of like been talking and we didn't know where it would live. I mean, it was sort of, when we started talking about it, it was really at the beginning of this insane TV sort of wave that just took over like a maniac, and we didn't know where it was gonna, because generally when you make a TV show, you're like, oh, this feels like a this channel or this a platform on the internet or something, and we had no idea. We were just like, this is a cool concept. This is nothing like is being made out there, and that's what we want to be in the business of, just complete unique stuff.
And you met them right?
Yeah, Florida. I mean, it's really terrifying, to be honest, because I made a really hard lobby for just to show it in Romanian, like, and not do our voice, because they did such a good job, and I mean that when I hope Amazon puts it like on just in Romanian, because it as well they can watch both versions, because they'd be very, very different experiences, obviously, and but they got the tone. They even knew that we were going to be dubbing over them, and they still like really brought it. They didn't. It's not like they were like, oh, they're going to get dubbed over anyway, so we don't care. Like they really, really care, and they're amazing actors, and they completely just murdered it.
Honestly, the first thing I thought was just, oh, my buddy Chan's calling me up, and he said, I have something weird that you might want to do, and it'll be fun. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I mean, if it was someone else calling me up that I didn't know, it was like, hey, can we do this, blah, 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 I'd have been like, that sounds cool. Have fun with that. But like, Chan and I have been friends for so long, and it's just an opportunity to play around with him. It's like, that's my idea of a good time.
Yeah, and coming.
I mean, it was just a blast. I mean, the thing is, when you're shooting a show like this, or a movie, say, with action sequences and chases and stuff, it's hard work. It's long hours. It can be even, tedious, because you're shooting lots of little parts, and even though it plays really fast and furious, shooting those kinds of sequences can be slow going. But not dubbing the voice, that's actually just really fun, and it's more like, play. It's like all the fun without any of the hard parts. Yeah, I just got to meet him. Cornelio Ulici. He's a great actor. It was a really great performance. I honestly felt bad sometimes talking over him, because I was like, this guy's doing a great job. I thought I was like, when I first came in, I was like, all right, this will be a lark, or this will be funny. But then I watched his performance, I was like, oh, no, he's really bringing it. Okay, I gotta step up to this. Okay. I mean, I think even though this is a show about, 1980s Eastern Europe behind the Iron Curtain, and even though it's just really funny and fun to watch, it actually has a lot to say that's really pertinent about today, about, how do you form your national identity? How do you know that your government is right? Like these two detectives, they just believe with all of their heart and soul that everything their government is doing is correct, and that communism is the best way. And, they think that the West and capitalism is just wrong and evil. And it just goes to show you, we all kind of tend to think that our own ideas are right, and, other people's ideas are wrong. But it's not always as simple as that, is it?